Hello there and welcome back to the shed. Today I'm going to show you how to clean the objective lens on your refractor telescope. But before I start, I would be very careful about how often you clean the lens on your telescope. You don't really want to overdo it because every time you clean it there is a chance of introducing small scratches or doing damage to it. So I would really try and keep cleaning to the minimum. And believe it or not, a bit of dirt on your objective lens is really not going to make any significant difference at all to your images. The main thing is to take your time, use the right kind of materials, don't rush, and do it very carefully. And remember that everything has to be done very, very gently. So all that being said, let's move on now and I'll show you the materials that I like to use when I'm cleaning my refractor telescope's objective lens. First up we've got this hand air blower. You can buy these on Amazon, something similar to this, for a few pounds, a few dollars. Next we've got Kimtech delicate task wipes. They're kind of laboratory wipes, very good for if you need to soak up residual fluid, like you get too much fluid on when you're trying to clean the lens, and you might need them. Generally you shouldn't need them, but you know, they might come in handy, so it's always good to have them available. You can just, as an alternative, just use plain white Kleenex. That's what a lot of people do. Next thing, we've got this residual oil remover, which is a very high quality cleaning fluid. It's a very small bottle and it's pretty expensive, but it does last a long time. And I found it really to be the best stuff, and I've tried many different things over the years. Next thing is these Zeiss lens wipes, again easily obtainable on Amazon. And finally we have the K&F Concept microfiber cleaning cloths. Again, these are designed for polishing lenses really, and they're very, very soft and they're very good. And I tend to just use them once really and then throw them away. Now let's see how you use it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to have to do is to slide back the dew shield as far as we can get it. So we just slacken off the lock screw and then we pull the dew shield all the way back. And the next thing we're going to do is just have a little inspect of the lens. Well, as you can see, there's quite a bit of dirt and dust on it. To be quite honest, it's not really all that bad. I don't think normally, if I wasn't demonstrating this today, I think I'd probably leave this alone. But anyway, we'll have a go at it and I'll show you how to do it. First up, we're going to take the air blower and we're going to have a really good go at the front of this lens with it. So what we're trying to do here is to make sure we've got rid of any large pieces of debris, particularly things that might scratch the lens, bits of sand, anything like that really. So we're just giving this a really good go. Some people will use compressed air, like canned air. I'm not so keen on it personally, because if you're not careful, the propellant will come out and go on the lens, and I don't think it probably is a very good thing. I probably don't think it does the coating on the lens a lot of good, so I prefer to use this. Okay, so once we've done that and we're pretty happy with it, we can then move on to using one of these Zeiss lens wipes or something similar, but I like these. Basically this is just a piece of lens cleaning tissue soaked in a mixture of pure water and alcohol. So it's nothing all that special, to be honest, but they have quite a nice amount on. Now what I normally do is to just scrunch it up a little bit like this, and then I will hold the back of the kind of little packet of scrunched up lens wipe. Then what I do is I'll just really touch it. So I'm not, at the moment, I'm really not putting very much pressure on at all. I'm just touching it because I don't want to drag anything across the surface. What I'm trying to do is to just lift stuff off. Now, I might use several of these to do that. So we'll get another one. Again, we're just trying to remove, I'm just gently touching it really. I'm just trying to remove anything that could be on the surface. That's it. You can actually sort of start turning this, so we can go for another bit. Turn it on the inside. And you could start, once you've done a few just straight down, just trying to lift stuff off, you can start just doing some little rolling movements. But again, we're really not trying to drag anything across the surface. So it's really about kind of lifting it off. Go right to the edges. And then work your way into the middle. Maybe a little bit more here. That's looking quite reasonable. That's quite nice. Okay, so at that point I might give it another little go with the air blower. Just a couple of bits of stuff went on there, and now I'm going to have a good look at it really. Actually, it looks pretty nice already. But so my next step would be to get one of these microfiber cleaning cloths. They're only a tiny little square, but they are optical quality, very, very soft. Not gonna, they're very, free of any kind of lint or bits and pieces, so they're not going to leave anything on your lens. I get a little bit of the ROR residual oil remover stuff, and then basically just put a couple of little squirts, little sprays on, and that much. Then again we take the lens in hand and just gently I use tiny circular movements. Some people, you'll hear different opinions on this. Some people like to go from the middle to the edge. Some people like to go straight across. But I find this way works okay for me anyway. And then I'm just going to very, very lightly just give it a little, again with little circular movements. I'm using a dry bit of the cloth now. And just buff it. So that's it. As you can see, it's looking pretty clean now. The main thing is to just take it very steady and don't put too much force behind it. Just clean it very gently and just try to make sure you get anything gritty, any loose grit or anything like that off of the surface before you start trying to polish it. I normally clean when I think there's something on the lens that shouldn't be on the lens. So for example, if you're in a season where there's a lot of pollen, or if you get bird droppings coming from the sky or anything like that, then obviously you need to get that stuff off straight away because it will do damage. But just kind of normal dust, I think you can leave that for quite a long time before you really need to worry about it. Generally, I clean my telescopes about every 6 months or a year, unless something happens, like, as I say, they get some pollen on them or maybe some bird droppings. Anyway, I hope you found that useful, and I've put the telescope back together now, and as you can see, it's all ready to go. We've got some clear skies tonight, so who knows. The important thing to bear in mind is that you really need to take it carefully. Obviously you do it at your own risk, but as long as you use your common sense and you take your time and you use the right kind of materials, then you really shouldn't have too much of a problem with it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon. So take care of yourself and bye for now.